Hi, I'm Hyman Pratt, and today I'm going to talk about why people misbehave in a business. Why people drop the ball and then get totally upset, blame other people, or hide out, or resist changing. It's not just bad behavior. We're going to talk about what it really is. So stick around. One of the situations where I'm often called in to coach a team is when a really big ball gets dropped in the business, or a big mistake gets made, and then everybody gets upset. The finger pointing starts. It may turn into a mini crisis. It's hard. It's a really hard time in a business, and I want to talk about that for a second, because what most people feel when they're going through the situation is that, oh my gosh, there's this big thing that's happened, but it's not me. Like, I'm not the biggest part of the problem, or maybe I am the biggest part of the problem. And as everybody's trying to figure that out, the emotions are getting out of control, and the finger pointing, the blame, the resisting change, the maybe hiding, or becoming super difficult to find suddenly where your team is after a big mistake. Those kinds of things happen, but not really because it's like bad behavior. It's not. As humans, we are emotional, and we do react in stressful situations. And the thing is when we get either defensive, or we start blaming other people, or we check out and hide, what we're really doing in those moments is protecting ourselves. That emotional reactivity is from a much older part of our brain, a part that developed long ago to help us survive. And that part of our brain actually needs no thinking. Like, it's not the place that logic happens. It's the place where we fight, or flee, or freeze, or go into pleasing mode even. It's all about protecting ourselves. And so when we're exhibiting those self-protective behaviors, it triggers everybody else to do the same. And so then, instead of actually working to solve the problem together, we can't, because everybody is stuck in self-protection. And while we're in that mode, while we are trying to tell everybody else how this problem isn't our fault, or how it's somebody else's fault, when that's happening, nobody's working on the outcomes. Like, we don't even have the capacity to work on it. So what we really want people to start noticing is that as humans, we are reactive. And if we can at least identify when we're in a place of that self-protection, that we know nothing good is going to happen from there until we get ourselves out of that place. And that's really the very beginning of solid leadership in a business. Is understanding that all that bad behavior, that people getting upset and doing things that we think of as like really not cool, that it actually isn't coming from a bad place. It's coming from a self-protective place, and that's actually something that we can work with. So that's what I wanted you to know today about people being upset in a business. It's all about self-protection.